Hello everyone, welcome. My name is MJ Pestridge. Welcome to another P3D video. This is the third in a trilogy of videos where we're looking at my CFG files for volumetric cloud and the P3D.cfg file. Hello everyone, welcome. My name is MJ Pestridge. Welcome to another P3D video. Today we're going to be looking all at the volumetric cloud CFG file and the P3D.cfg file. So I'm not going to really talk much about what the entries that are inside of there. I've just set to say that the link is down below in my Discord. It's in the free Flight Sim Assets channel. Just simply head on into my Discord, grab a role, and you'll be able to access that channel, and then you can grab and download, and all you have to do is simply replace your own volumetric cloud CFG file with mine, and boom, you've got my TrueSky version 5.2 inside your sim as well, with slightly enhanced cloud formations from the default. Now in terms of the P3D file, that's a little different, and we will actually go through that because there's a few entries in there that are slightly different. So looking at the P3D.cfg file, for those of you who don't know where you can find yours, simply navigate to the C drive, the users, app data, roaming, Lockheed Martin version 5, and it's right here, this P3D.cfg file here. Now I have made a few tweaks, and some of it is actually based on the Learning Center over at Lockheed Martin website. I do recommend going and reading through all this because you will learn so much on how you can actually get the best out of your sim by tweaking this CFG file. So there's a few entries that I've added, there's a few differences, but to be honest, for anybody who utilized my P3D.cfg from 5.1, the settings are pretty much the same. The settings for 5.2 kind of really do mirror my setup, so there ain't much to change. There's a couple of entries though. So the max point lights and max spotlights, I would recommend, even if you don't have black marble, setting to these to 900, and you'll have a lot more lights that appear on the ground. So basically these are all this is saying how many lights will you have on the ground at nighttime, how many points of light. So 900, that's pretty good. Like, that's the default is 250. Which is pretty, you know. Obviously, you want to scale this to how good your system is. So if you've got a really beast of a PC, whack it up to 1000 or 900. If you don't, you can scale it back down a little bit, maybe closer to 500, and it'll still increase it. Moving down here, now there's these figures here are the most important ones here. So these figures here determine the quality of your shadows, and if you look at the Lockheed Martin website, it tells you all about the cascades and all about the log partitions, and basically the values kind of fall off from high quality out to low quality in terms of the distance of the draw distance from your avatar to the horizon. And what you want to try and do is have a gradual decline of quality out to the horizon, and so therefore you're not actually loading high quality shadows off to the distance, because there'll be no point, you don't really see them. So I think the default values for these is 4, 5, 7 and 12, but I either use high or mid shadows. So basically I'm using either 7 or 12, which are quite high, which basically means that the quality of the shadow close to the camera is going to be higher than it usually would be, and then it will naturally fall off to the distance depending on this shadow log entry here. So mine is either set to mid or high again, so it's either at 0.75 or 0.85. I think by default these are kind of those values, but basically what's happening is 1.0 is the highest quality, you know. So effectively, if you want the highest quality on the high setting, you literally just change these numbers to, you just put 10 here instead of 0.85. The sliders in your sim for shadow quality and shadow draw distance, these are those values you're changing. So you can actually tweak the shadow quality here. Now, again, opaque shadow texture size and translucent shadow texture size, this is actually where you're finding that you might have jagged shadows either in your cockpit or something like that, and you basically just can increase the resolution, and that way you won't get these jaggy looking shadows in your cockpit. They'll be a lot more crisper and defined. It will increase a little bit of load as well on your VRAM, but to have really good high quality shadows on a lower setting in the sliders means that you can really get the maximum out of it. Again, I use medium or high in the slider setting, and then I come in here and tweak it to maximize the performance. I think the other tweaks I've done here are the info upper right text enabled. You can basically turn it off here, just click that to false instead of true, and then you won't have any text appear in the top right hand corner, which is good if you don't like the chase plane texture, the chase plane text appearing. Once you have deactivated the P3D one, you still will get chase plane. Another entry that I've added is small part reject radius to 1, and there is one here for the way the camera system works. So basically what happens is every time you change your point of view, the camera basically reloads, and so it re-renders whatever it's looking at. There is a little tweak here where you can actually tell it, here it is, use global terrain view. Basically what this is going to do is it stops re-rendering every time you switch a camera position, the sim. And so let's say you're in the cockpit and then you go outside, it's re-rendering that outside view from fresh. If you say put this to true, it shares the viewpoints between the cameras. So whatever you see outside in the cockpit and then you suddenly go outside of the plane, it's the same. It doesn't have to re-render it, and that is a massive performance save for your sim, or for your graphics card rather, sorry. There are a few other things, and the one thing I'd say is if you want to increase the visual look of your ground textures, your landscape textures, increase the LOD radius. You know, you can actually increase this up to 15 if you've got a really decent PC. But this setting here will get overwritten by whatever profile you have set. So if you do want to keep this setting, make sure your profile also is singing the same tune, because your profiles will have similar entries here, but they will overwrite these ones as these are like the default, as it were. And then your profile is like the master that it listens to. So make sure if you want to actually keep a setting that you've changed in here, that you change it in your profile as well to keep that setting. And there are a couple of other tweaks in here, but I won't bore you with going through everything. Just I'll put my P3D.cfg file and the volumetric cloud CFG file inside my sim, and yeah, you basically pick it up there. And it's the link to my Discord, the invite is down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I was looking at my analytics the other day, and actually there's like 80% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. And do you know what? It would really spur me on with motivation to do more for my channel if you just hit that subscribe button. Like, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me to know that this is what you want to see. And if you do want to see more certain type of videos, put it in the comments below and I'll consider making it. Thank you so much for watching this, and I shall see you next time in the virtual skies.